Housekeeping will change post-COVID-19, and the housekeeping department will be front and center of the new normal hospitality property experience. Let me explain what I mean. Welcome to the Hospitality Property School. I am your instructor, Jerry McPherson. If you haven't subscribed yet, do it now, and make sure to hit the little bell so you'll be informed when I upload a new video. You won't want to miss anything I designed especially for you. Travelers are going to be choosing hospitality properties that can give them peace of mind by guaranteeing their safety through increased cleanliness procedures. Exactly how these changes will transpire is the debate. Will properties choose to offer housekeeping opt-out options, thereby cutting costs, or go full service to maintain strict cleanliness brand standards? On the one hand, a freshly cleaned guest room each and every day has been for decades a core service for traditional hotels, resorts, and bed and breakfasts. It has also been a strong persuader for guests, especially at the luxury end, where housekeeping becomes a product differentiator in its own right. There is no doubt guests appreciate the housekeeping service as part of a wholly satisfying experience because it's better than most of them would get at home. Certainly, old-school hoteliers would argue that a hospitality property isn't a hospitality property without daily housekeeping. On the other hand, many guests don't like having anyone enter their rooms during their stays for a variety of reasons. Some travelers rarely use their room, thereby seeing no need for the service. Others may be influenced by companies such as Airbnb, who do not regularly provide daily cleaning. Where many brand properties are considering going for the opt-out option, I believe that housekeeping is now, more than ever, going to play an essential role to help draw in guests. However, I can see a scenario where housekeeping opt-out becomes the more common at economy and mid-scale properties, both as a method to cut costs and to meet the growing demand for contactless travel. Continue reading, and I'll go a little further into the future of hospitality property room cleanliness, right after a word from our sponsors. Before the break, I said I'd go a little further into the future of hospitality property room cleanliness. Digging a little further, it is not difficult to see how new guest room cleaning standard operating procedures, or SOP requirements, designed to prevent the transmission of disease can explode into increased labor costs. For those customers who are far more price sensitive, not offering daily housekeeping or giving them the option to opt out may be the only way to maintain a competitive nightly rate versus a competitor. Next, there's that traveler concern. In what is being called a post-coronavirus stress disorder, guests may be exceedingly worried about having unfamiliar people in their rooms, and will insist housekeeping opt-out as a way to minimize human interactions. For those guests, the lack of daily cleaning service is less than a matter of saving a few bucks, but more about safety. Taking this even a step further, I've also heard of discussions where instead of arriving to a fully prepared guest room, as is standard for hospitality nowadays, the space is instead left bare, with all the sheets and towels necessary for however many nights you booked, stacked inside a sterilized container outside your door. Then it's up to you to make up your own bed and set up the bathroom to your liking. Sounds silly? It does to me, and in my opinion, is not hospitality. But with the heightened nervousness surrounding travel for the last year and a half, extreme measures such as this may be taken by some properties or home sharing operators in order to give guests peace. This would also see a reduction in staff contact and a reduction in costs. Does this make sense? Let me know in the comments. Much like it was before coronavirus, the decision as to whether to offer opt-out or not must be made on a property-by-property basis as each decides what the new normal means to guests. Given the developing trends, the ability to opt out may be in far higher demand than previous years, and therefore not giving you the opportunity to show off your property's cleaning protocols in the rooms. You may want to consider offering the opt-out as a credit for other services such as food and beverage, spa, or parking. You do this while keeping in mind your goal should be to give your guests an amazing experience. You can show off your cleaning protocols in the outside or public areas. In conclusion, opt-out is still very much an option for properties that are struggling to keep either the average daily rate in line with the local market average or profit steady given all the new and costly pressures on the housekeeping department. Whatever you decide, just be sure to properly assess beforehand whether any cuts you make are not also cutting away an integral part of your hospitality property experience. Are you offering full housekeeping services at your property? Let me know in the comments. You're going to have access to this episode for the next 6 weeks, and then it's going to be locked away in the vault for Hospitality Property School Group members only. If you're curious and would like to see all the valuable material available to you as a member of the Hospitality Property School Group, check out the short video in the episode post show notes. In the next episode, I will talk about more future changes, including your buffet. That's it for today's episode. Until next time, have a fun day. Oh, have you signed up for the insider tips? If you haven't done so yet, you'll find a link in the show notes.